And good evening. You're listening to the Modern Mystic radio show on A1R Psychic Radio, the world's #1 psychic radio network, and of course Moonstruck TV. I hope you've been having a wonderful week so far. Just a couple of updates before I get started. I will be taking 2 callers today, which I'm really looking forward to. But first of all, I just want to give you a couple of updates in terms of what I'm offering, what's happening, what I'm doing. So number one is I'm bringing in 3 new courses that I'm teaching here in the UK face to face. Number one is the Akashic Records, how to read the Akashic Records, and also how to do soul readings. So that's my number 1 course. Secondly, I'm also doing channeling your spirit guides, so going into very, very deep channeling states and trance states to bring forward that wisdom from the spiritual guides. And thirdly, I'm going to be doing the Egyptian cartouche initiations. So that is 22 initiations to the gods and goddesses, the deities of ancient Egypt. It's an incredibly powerful course. So I'm really, really looking forward to delivering that. And talking about courses, if you're not able to attend a face-to-face course with me, I've actually joined forces with a company called the Centre of Excellence. And this is an online learning provider in the UK, one of the UK's leading learning providers. And here I'm able to offer literally hundreds of courses, in relation to all aspects of psychic development, such as astral projection. Also, we do Wiccan courses as well as normal psychic development, plus NLP, hypnotherapy, alternative therapies, health, nutrition, absolutely everything. So if you're interested in looking at those courses, they are very reasonably priced. You can have a look on my website, which is www.modern-mystic.co.uk, or you can just drop me a line on Facebook and I'll send you the link. Okay, so you can find me on Facebook under Mystic Saira and also Modern Mystic. Okay, so on with the show. I am talking today about excuse me, lost my train of thought. Talking about cosmic consciousness tonight. So that is an experience that I want to kind of go into. I have gone into some of my previous experiences before, but not this one. So some of the previous experiences I mentioned have been, in relation to, what I used to see as a child. But when I was about 18, 19, my spiritual and psychic development was really, really taking off at that point. And what I used to see, almost like the build up to this experience, this cosmic or God consciousness experience, was during meditation. I was doing a lot of meditation back then. I would see lots of geometrical shapes sort of like shifting and changing around. Each time I closed my eyes, I would physically see that. And secondly, one of the things that I actually struggled with, to be honest with you, was this intense, bright white light. And to give you a bit of perspective on it, it was so bright when I had my eyes closed when I was meditating that I would have to open them because the light was too bright. So the light was actually less bright with my eyes open than it was closed, which made meditation actually a little bit tricky. But I used to have this all the time. And then when I was about 19, spontaneously, I had my first God consciousness experience. I'm kind of going to go through that with you. And basically how it started was almost like a physical expansion of my body. I felt like I was physically growing. This is during meditation. And then that continued and I got bigger and bigger and bigger. almost to the point where I was encompassing literally everything, and I could feel everything. So every blade of grass, every rock, every living thing on the planet I could actually feel, and beyond, because it went obviously beyond this planet out into the universe. And underlying all of this, if you like, awareness, and it was phenomenal, and I'm trying my best to kind of put it into words. It's something that you can't really describe with words. Was this almost like an undercurrent of the energy, if you like, of love, right throughout that whole experience. So that was my first ever God consciousness experience. I have had similar ones, but there's also what people don't realise is almost like there's a flip side to it. So once you've gone through that, amazing, wonderful, life-changing experience, you get the flip side of it. Okay, which is almost like what some people would term to be like the dark night of the soul, where there is a sense of lack and of being without, and almost like your darkest place. And this is a very common thing with people that have experienced like a God consciousness or cosmic consciousness experiences. They have that flip side to it, and that, to be honest with you, that's one of the key things that really made me look more and more into spirituality. And that's kind of led my journey. So all of my experiences, even from the childhood experiences, have led me into discovering, trying to find out more, trying to understand more. And obviously that triggered my journey from the tender age of 17, where I started reading professionally. So I'm going to now go on to my first caller. So let me just see who that is. So we have Jerry in Tennessee. Hello, Jerry. Are you there?
Hi. Yes, I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you tonight?
I'm very well, thank you. Is there something you would like me to look at for you tonight?
Is there something what, hon?
Is there something you would like me to look at for you?
I just want to kind of know. Well, my husband passed away on the 16th, just recently, and right now I'm working on trying to get him buried and come up with the financial funds to make that happen. And I'm just, wanting to know pretty much where my life's headed. Am I going to be able to come up with this money? My health issues. I've got a settlement coming. Maybe you could tell me how I'm going to come out on that. Just, a few things like that I'm wanting to know.
Right, okay, so you'd like me to sort of see where your life is going to be taking you and whether you're going to be okay. Right, let me just have a look and see what I get here with this. Okay, so... Right, if I look at this, so how can I put it? This whole, I want to say this whole year for you has been, how can I put it? You've been, challenged more than you've ever been. Or you're having to face all of your fears all at the same time, and it seems to be like one thing after another here with you, and. I can see here, like the stress around the financial situation, and also, the concern here in terms of, being able to maintain your stability, or even sort of like maintain, the home that you're in, as well as trying to find the funds for what you need, with immediate effect here. Now, I'm being drawn towards the month of October and November for you. I'm being told here it's a little bit more solution orientated. Okay, so I feel like I've got answers coming in for you, or solutions coming in for you, or maybe even money coming in for you, that are going to enable you to kind of clear up what you need to clear up in order for you to then start focusing from December onwards more about where you're going.
That's probably my settlement that I'm going to be getting. That's probably what that's about.
Yeah.
Because I got into a car accident, me and my 3-year-old, and they're supposed to be settling out with me, but I don't know what that's going to be, if they're just going to try to lowball me and try to, not give me hardly anything. But I got pretty messed up in my car accident.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know. And they're supposed to be towards the end of the month trying to come up with a figure for that. And I was just wondering, is it going to be a small amount, a big amount, or can you tell them that what it would,
Mhm. Yeah, let me have a look at that for you. See, what I'm being shown here is that it is going to be a substantial figure for you. What I also feel here, so as you're talking, what my guides were saying is that it's almost like, the first offer that they come forward with, I feel like it's not going to be right for you. It's not going to be suitable. It feels like it's way too low. Way too low for you.
So they're going to come at me with a low offer, and it's going to be too low. And if it is, I'm not going to settle out that person. They're going to have to make it right.
Well, what I'm actually seeing here, because I'm being given the number 3 around it quite strongly for you. So I feel here it's almost like the third offer, because I feel like I've got it going backwards and forwards a bit. But the third offer, I feel, is going to be the one that you settle on. Okay? And I feel like you are going to be happy with that amount.
The number 3?
Yeah, so it's going to be the third offer that comes in. I feel like I have got you, accepting. And then I feel like it's incredibly quick, that everything's kind of closed off incredibly quickly for you. And then I feel I've got
So you think I'll be getting it pretty quick, and you think it'll be around, do you think it's going to be like 3,000, 30,000?
Well, it's not. How can I? I'm not getting the figure as having the number 3, but what I am being shown here is the third offer is the one that you settle on. Okay, is the one that you settle on, because I feel like they are going to, they're going to be very keen for it to not kind of drag out. Does that make sense? Otherwise that's going to be, very costly for them. So I feel that you are going to get what you feel is very fair, very, very fair for your injuries. Okay. Very, very fair for your injuries. And then I feel, like I said, from December onwards, so all of this is going to really be, done and dusted over the next 2 months at the very latest, So I want to say October, November is where I feel like I've got it coming through. And actually what I'm being told here is I feel like I've got it landing, probably within sort of, the first or second week of November. So I feel by the time we get to December for you, then I've got you being able to, how can I put it, it feels like going on to your next stage, and thinking about where you want to go, okay, with your life. I have got stability there for you. And, particularly when we are looking at the finances, and also when we're looking at the recovery aspect as well. I feel that, I'm being shown here, I keep on getting sort of like 6 months here around this. So 6 months from now, I feel like you're well and truly, you know, I want to say back to your usual self. I feel like I've got you firing on all cylinders at a point. Okay. So does that make sense to you?
Kind of, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm kind of a little bit lost, just a little bit on what you said. I don't quite understand. I mean, I'm kind of lost, son. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of didn't understand what you were saying.
Okay. Well, basically, what I am saying here is that settlement will be coming through for you. And in terms of your direction of where you go after that, I feel like this needs to be cleared up first, okay? And once that is, I feel as though you're going to be able to look at all the other options there for you. And it's almost like, how can I put it? It's not so much that I'm drawn towards like the work area, but I feel like this is on far more of a personal level. And I have got you involved in it's almost like involved in a lot more. And I'm very drawn towards like the community aspect as well. So I feel like I've got your circle of people around you expanding. And what I'm also being shown here is almost like I get like I'm being shown breadcrumbs here, which to me indicates that, you know, that pathway, that new pathway for you, where your life starts to unfold again, you're going to be led towards, you know, very much. It's almost like guided by spirit. That's the best way to put it. Okay, right, so I hope you found that useful. I'm going to have to go on to the next caller. So let me just have a look and see who we have. So we have Lindsay there in Illinois. Hello, Lindsay.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Is there anything you would like me to look at for you tonight?
Yes, I'm at a bit of a crossroads right now, and I just recently switched jobs doing the same thing, and I just need to find out if I made the right decision or not.
Okay. Let me just have a look and see what I get here with this. Okay, so what my guides are showing me is like a stepping stone with this.
Oh.
So let's just see what we've got here. So you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just somewhere else, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of have you made the right decision, I feel like you have, absolutely.
Oh, good.
But what I also feel here with this is I've got this job that you're doing now leading on to something else. Okay, so that might very well be within where you're now based. But what I do get with this is like how can I put it? An opportunity coming in that takes you far beyond what you've been presently doing. Okay.
Okay.
This is why I'm seeing the stepping stone here for you. It's almost like kind of being given a bit of a boost up. And I feel like that is going to come in by the end of the year and getting the month of December here around it. Okay. So I do get security around where you are.
Yes,
at the
I was worried
moment.
about finances.
You're worried about finances.
I was, yeah.
This is the opportunity that I've got coming in for you by the end of the year is going to be much better. It's almost like I kind of get you embarking on, it's almost like a new point within your career, And I feel that fundamentally over a period of time is going to be lightening the load when we are looking at finances. What I'm also being shown here actually is the fact that you're very resourceful anyway. And I feel that, you know, despite whatever situation has kind of ever come in for you, you've always found a way of landing on your feet, you know.
Yeah.
And I, you know, it's almost like take that, you know, when things get a little bit sort of pressured there for you, take that knowledge. Take that knowledge that you always like have it as a mantra. I always land on my feet, because you always do. You've already proven that to yourself. Okay, yeah. So I feel that that's not going to change. If anything, you know, you're going to start to be in a position where you are able to catch up, and you're able to start having, you know, I want to say a better quality of life, where money and finances are not so heavy on the mind. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what I'm being shown here with this is when that opportunity comes in, you know, it is taking you in a slightly different direction. It's almost like I want to say, don't be afraid to jump. Don't be afraid to go for it, because I feel like this is going to be the answer for your financial issues. Okay? Because it's going to lead you into a position where you are, you know, you're earning more than enough, you know. And I feel like I've got that coming in for you over the next sort of 12 months, you know, that sense of, you know, not only being able to catch up, but having, you know, more than enough for your needs, you know. This is not to say that you're going to be a millionaire in any way, you know, or the next Richard Branson, but I feel like you are going to have what you need. Okay. And it's a very, very important element here to know that you are very much looked after as well, you know, by spirit, by the universe. And you, like I said, you always land on your feet. You've never fallen down completely yet, and you're not going to, you know. That is what I kind of get here for you. You work very, very hard, I feel.
Yeah.
You work incredibly hard. And what I'm being shown here is you will get the rewards as well. So in many respects, I feel like next year for you, you're going to find that more things come in for you that are worth celebrating, that are, you know, that are worth your, you know, all that hard work. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You know, because it's almost like you've been slogging away for such a long period of time, that you've, you know, you feel like you're permanently going to be slogging away, you know. But what I'm seeing here is actually new stuff, well, not new stuff coming in, but a better sense around you of, you know, calmness when we're looking at finances, work, everything else. But it is changing. I'm being told it's absolutely changing for you. But don't fear those changes. You've already made that first step by going into this other place. Okay?
Yeah.
But I'm also being shown new doors opening further beyond it. Okay? Which is why I'm getting the stepping stone. Does that help at all?
Yes. And can you, excuse me, can you tell what I'm going to be doing, what the stepping stone towards, or what the new opportunity brings?
Okay, so I can do that very, very quickly for you, reaching the end of the show. See, what I'm being shown here is almost like a leadership or higher position that I've got for you. Okay, it does really feel as though it's within the place that you're working in, rather than this feels like a golden opportunity. It feels like somebody's leaving, or you're taking over a role. Okay. So now is the time for you to shine. Now is the time for you to shine, because that will be recognised and rewarded a little bit further down the line.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for coming through. I hope you have a lovely evening.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Take care. Okay, so that is the end of my show. If you want to get hold of me, the website is www.modern-mystic.co.uk. Also have a Facebook page, which is Modern Mystic and Mystic Sarah. I'll be doing a live free session this Thursday at 8 p.m. GMT. So hopefully I'll see some of you there then. If not, I'll see you same time next week. Goodbye for now.